The sun stands tall in the arid sky of South Luangwa National Park, Zambia. This year, a prolonged drought has raged, making water and food scarcer than ever in the area. In the midst of the barren grass, a pack of 10 hyenas wanders aimlessly, searching for prey. For 3 months, they have barely caught any prey large enough to survive. The hyenas are emaciated, their bones clearly visible under their yellow-spotted skin. The leader of the pack, a large male hyena, bristles on the back of his neck, his eyes tired but determined. In desperation, the hyenas decide to move deeper into the national park's borders in search of new opportunities. No one knows that this decision will bring them close to a neighboring farm. There, the grass is still green and it seems that livestock can also be a possible target for their survival. As the hyenas followed the scent of the farm animals, they accidentally entered the barbed wire area. The leader hyena tried to jump over the fence, but the barbed wire wrapped tightly around its neck and shoulders. It roared in pain, struggling to get free, but the wire only tightened. Its screams echoed throughout the field, causing the others in the pack to panic. They surrounded the leader, not knowing what to do but howl in distress. The hyenas waited, both scared and worried, while the leader gradually became exhausted. The miserable screams accidentally alerted the workers on the farm. Mumba, one of the farm guards, heard the hyenas' terrifying screams. Mumba and a few others took flashlights and sticks, and tiptoed to the gate. What they saw before them was a group of emaciated hyenas, with the leader trapped in the barbed wire. Some people on the farm were scared, thinking of chasing the hyenas away with noise or even firing warning shots. But Mumba immediately stopped them, because he realized that the leader hyena was injured and needed help. However, everyone was still hesitant, afraid of being attacked by the hyenas if they got too close. Mumba offered to pull the hyena away, but everyone shook their heads for fear of being bitten. Finally, they decided to call the management center of South Luangwa National Park. Time passed slowly, the weak cries of the leader hyena became increasingly hoarse. The hyena seemed exhausted, lying around, no longer having the strength to run. 2 hours later, a special vehicle from the reserve appeared. From the vehicle, Mr. Chansa, a senior employee at South Luangwa National Park, got out. Mumba and everyone on the farm rushed out to greet them, asking what to do. Chansa calmly explained that hyenas rarely attack humans unless threatened. He explained that the drought had pushed them into a critical survival situation, forcing them to risk entering the farm. Mumba nodded, understanding that it was natural, and knew that he needed to save the trapped hyena. Chansa took the metal cutters and slowly approached the barbed wire fence. The hyenas, although wary, probably understood that he had no bad intentions. The leader was still tied tightly around his neck, breathing heavily. Chansa slowly bent down, skillfully cutting each piece of barbed wire wrapped around him. He was careful to avoid strong movements, afraid of causing the hyena to panic or injure it more. Mumba and a few others stood at a distance, watching anxiously. With each cut, the leader hyena groaned softly, trying to hold back the pain. Finally, after nearly 15 minutes, the barbed wire was completely removed. The hyena crouched down, its whole body trembling, its neck and shoulders covered in blood. The surrounding hyenas rushed forward, happily sniffing their fellow, as if checking to see if it was okay. Chansa stepped back, giving the hyena some space to calm down. Mumba and everyone else breathed a sigh of relief, only now realizing that their faces were also drenched in sweat from the tension. The leader hyena licked his wound, his eyes narrowed in pain but still exuding pride. Chansa took the initiative to get some bandages and antiseptic from the car, intending to approach to treat the wound. However, the hyena growled in warning, not allowing him to get too close. He understood that it needed time to trust, so he decided not to force it. Instead, he turned to Mumba and the group of farmers to talk about how to handle similar situations. Chansa explained that when encountering injured wild animals, the best way was to call a professional. They should avoid acting on their own because it could endanger both people and animals. Mumba agreed, promising to remind everyone on the farm next time. The hyenas had now gathered into a group, looking at Chansa and everyone with a scrutinizing gaze. No one dared to get too close, but the situation had eased. Chansa decided to move on to the next step, leading the hyenas away from the farm area. He knew they were hungry, so he went to the car to get some food that he had prepared for emergencies. Chansa threw a few pieces of meat a safe distance away from where he was standing. The hyenas quickly approached, devouring each precious piece of meat. The leader, though in pain, still tried to gnaw on it, sharing a little with his fellows. Mumba watched attentively, unable to help but be moved by their hungry sight. Chansa took some more food, placed it on the truck bed, and signaled for the hyenas to pay attention. It seemed that they understood that he wanted to invite them to follow. Chansa got in the car, started the engine, and started driving slowly, trailing the enticing smell of meat. The hyenas immediately followed, keeping a safe distance but not taking their eyes off the meat in the car. Mumba and everyone else watched, breathing a sigh of relief knowing that the hyenas would leave the farm. The car rolled on the dusty dirt road, heading towards the deep edge of South Luangwa National Park. The bright sunlight made the air even hotter, but the hyenas persistently followed the scent of food. After about an hour of traveling, Chansa led them to an area with denser bushes. The grass around was greener, with small puddles left over from the rain last week. Chansa continued on a bit further, estimating that they were about 50 kilometers away from the farm. He stopped the car on a dry patch of land, looking around to make sure it was safe. The hyenas stopped a few meters away from the car, panting from exhaustion. The leader dragged his steps with difficulty, his neck still had a bleeding wound but it didn't seem too dangerous. Chansa got out of the car, took the last bit of meat and dropped it for them. The hyenas rushed around, surrounding the meat and eating greedily, cherishing each bite. The leader swallowed quickly, his face still showing obvious pain, but he was determined not to leave the pack behind. When they were done, the hyenas slowly dispersed, sniffing around to explore the new land. Chansa realized that this was an area that could provide them with better food and water. He hoped that they would stay here, and not return to the farm to find food anymore. The atmosphere was quiet, with only the sound of the wind blowing through the tall grass. The leader seemed to feel the affection, and turned to look at him with deep eyes. A moment of interaction between man and beast, without words but full of understanding. Chansa nodded, then gently got into the car, leaving the hyenas in the wild. The roar of the car engine broke the silence. The hyenas looked on, showing no fear or ferocity. In Chansa's heart, hope was kindled that the hyenas would soon recover from the severe drought. The journey back to the reserve made him think. He hoped that it would rain soon so that the wild animals would suffer less. Mumba was also carefully instructed by him. The whole farm would be more careful if they encountered a similar situation. Each new day, hope was rekindled, because it was compassion and empathy that helped overcome the boundary between humans and animals. And so, once again, South Luangwa National Park, Zambia witnessed a story of love and sharing, despite the harsh conditions of prolonged drought. Dear friend, thank you for taking the time to follow the story. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel to support us.